Host Flacco. Anyways, all right, you guys. Today I go in at 8 o'clock to work, so I was able to actually hop on and update you guys about the market. By the market, I mean the S&P 500, crypto, and Bitcoin, and Ethereum, XRP. So these are the stocks I like paying attention, you guys, and I try to cover all of them, but sometimes it's too much where I need to then do have some sort of strategy how to break these stocks down. Anyways, there are Cardano, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, S&P 500, the Nasdaq. Well, pretty much the Nasdaq and S&P mimic each other. There you have S&P 500, and then there you have the Nasdaq. Nvidia, Palantir, Silver, Gold, BMNR, and United Healthcare. But let's focus forward right now for S&P 500, Bitcoin, Ethereum. If I have a chance, I'll try to go over all the other ones. So now let's go to XRP. So yesterday, more assumptions for more than finance. So I guess saying some more negative about current effective president of finance consumers on raise concerns over tariffs. Yeah. So here's how I see this, and here's how the market. Here's how the market's in the regular market. If people will feel bad, will be scared, or don't feel good, especially a report about inflation and prices. And if you hear bad news in the regular market, the market would only go on down. On this market, since we're coming closer next week, pretty much on Wednesday, the Fed's gonna do the interest rate decision. They feel like the Fed's gonna get pressure to cut interest rate. The more bad news we keep getting, the more good it is for the market. Whereas in a regular market, this will be bad. So even though we're holding on today right now, pay attention again to your 745 to 830 because again this is bad news, so it's gonna the market then do what the market does where it'll trick you right here that we're holding on good by 745 830. You're gonna start getting other notifications, other updates coming out how the market now fell because investors are worried that this is not all that bullshit. So pay attention to your 745 to 830. I forgot to put the time and date. There's a time and date, Arizona time. So pay attention to your 745 830. Yesterday, I told you guys about this move right here. So let me put my bullshit up real quick. This box right here. I told you if by 11:45, 12:30, we don't break on here, we're gonna start going on down. And then also I said that it didn't really make sense to me for the market to start going back up, rallying throughout the night because of the uncertainty that we have on Friday. And it's Friday. It's not the heavy moves has already passed. The real heavy hitters had already passed. And this is more of a confirmation because you're pretty much just asking people. This is just asking people, just data. It's not real heavy hitters. So even though it came out negative, and that's what traders are looking for. That's why you don't see that heavy drop that happened at 95.30. Then the market's gonna start sucking it in, spitting out all their bullshit, which is then gonna the market is manipulated anyways. So pay attention to your 75.830. I don't really see it creating a new all-time high. I think maybe I see it retracing, but that's why I say pay attention to your 745 830. And also we should have some sort of cushion in this area right here with my indicator. Once it fucking starts loading up, it's thin. Yeah, it's thin as hell. This is the one I was talking about right here, but this is thin. Normally it's gonna break it down. You have my indicator telling you, hey, this is your entry, your targets. But just because it said that doesn't tell me it's gonna happen. It's just collecting that data of telling me, hey, just in case it holds this price right here, pay attention to a drop down. Now it's a 15-minute candle. Here's a 30. There you go. There's the one I'm talking about. So we need to maintain this area right here. Otherwise, when we start breaking that, especially around your 745 to 830, and this is going to be the next one right here. This one right here is the one that I was talking to you about yesterday. I said that if we don't push out by 11:45 to 12:30 last night, we're going to start dropping down. And this was a box right here. Watch. Originally, this was a box. It was a 4-hour candle, and this was last night. And there was a 4-hour candle. So the fact that it was holding here, I said, hey, if we do drop this box, I'm going to go back to a 1-hour candle. I said, if we do drop this box, we're going to most likely try to touch this area right here and hold position 3 or 4 or 5 and then start going up. but I don't really see it going that heavy because of being Friday, because of being the last data, because of the data being at 5:30. The market most likely was gonna close halfway and then start going back up again, and then again data's good, this and that, and that's what happened. The market started getting rejecting at here's your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I said 11:45 to 12:30. So let's go to the 15-minute candle. And right here, 11:45, 12 o'clock. I mean 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30, 11:45. So the fact that it just started going down and holding that position, and I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna have that little wither on down, because again, the big moves had already happened for S&P 500. The emotions weren't really there. This was just a little slap on the wrist, like, yeah, it's good. We think it's good, or we think it's bad. That's all it is. Anyways, so enough of that. 7:45 to 8:30, guys. If we do hold, like I said, this region right here, and it's 7:45, 8:30, we're somewhere in this area right here, pretty much. The market's gonna do a little pull up. The next, again, pay attention to Trump, because he's gonna either tweet something. First of all, just now we got good news from crypto. Watch, let me show you. Got tweeted. So who's meeting up? SIFMA. Anyways, a big Nasdaq New York Stock Trading Company group is meeting up with some guys from the White House that are crypto, and they're gonna start talking about the rules with tokenizing them. Watch. Let me find out Twitter real quick, because I know my dumbass doesn't make sense. 2 hours later. Notifications. Bam. So I don't give a fuck about that. There you go. Bam. SEC's crypto task force met with SIFMA, Wall Street top trade group, to discuss rules for digital assets tokenized. Security fucking T, people. My bad for cussing. All right. Now I told you about the S&P 500. Let's move on to Bitcoin. Now I'm gonna question. So let's go to, oh yeah, shit, let me take this off. Daily, monthly. Monthly wise, there's a 3 candle box. Since we had the good news today, crypto is most likely gonna, again, the goal that I said was the daily Fibonacci, the 50 Fibonacci, because right there. Yeah, it's right here. Let me put the fucking brightness. Fuck, all right, hold up. So here we have Bitcoin daily. Here's your 50 Fibonacci, your entry, your target. So since we left, since we got good news, Bitcoin right here is gonna follow most likely the S&P 500. If S&P takes a little nice dump or whatnot back to the area that it just broke out from, Bitcoin is most likely just gonna chill in this area right here and not have a heavy dump, because we have good news. The market's just fucking. It's like it already made its move, and it's now just gonna chill. And it may have a little dump again because of so and so tweet, or just the market doing the market. But the market is gonna close on green. The market's gonna close on happiness. So therefore, you should then see Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP, whatnot, rise up throughout this weekend. So the goal for this weekend is it's gonna be this, your daily 50 Fibonacci right here. Let me take this shit off. So here, this 50 Fibonacci. This is the monthly. This is gonna be the goal for the week. We may have a little dump throughout the day today, but as the weekend starts, you're gonna see Bitcoin try to go for it again. And then the same for Ethereum. See, Ethereum's already showing you again your 12-hour 50 Fibonacci. You're going your monthly, so you guys see this throughout the week, or you should. Weekend, my bad, the weekend. Bitcoin already went with Bitcoin. Let me take this crap off. But yeah, you guys, that's what should happen after having the good news. 722 still holding. But anyways, I'm gonna get rid to the work. Hope this makes sense to you people. This is Brian Seacrest signing out. Chase.